Man, things is wild, bro. I keep coming across, God is just giving me so much insight, and I'm so grateful for it. Like, I know for a fact that if every single person on this earth had their basic needs, they would be happy. What's funny is, every single person that's able to watch this, I can say that. Every single person that's able to, I'm speaking actually to a specific type of people that don't think that they can be in a specific place because of where they are now. Those are the people that I'm speaking to. And I'm speaking about, you have your basic needs. I'm speaking to the people that have their basic needs or are able to have their basic needs. They able to sleep somewhere at night. They able to eat every night. They able to, like, it don't matter where you sleeping as long as you safe. And these are your basic needs. You can work from your basic needs to get it better. But if you don't acknowledge the basic needs that you have and notice that you're already secure, you can't get to the higher part of that. I'm trying to roll up this mic. You can't get to the higher part of security if you don't understand what it means to basically have your security. There's so much of, hey, look at this. This is better than this. Why don't you have this yet? Like, well, what's wrong with you? Are you poor? Like, it's so much of that bullshit out here. And it's like, it's your mindset. How much of that do you consume on a daily basis? How much of are you poor do you consume every day? How much of, why do you have this and not this at this age? How much of that do you let consume you? Because that determines if you're going to go higher or stay at the same level. I'm just saying. I can't speak if I ain't been through it for real. I don't know how people actually do. I am the type of person that it's not beneficial to me to not be real. It's not beneficial to me. That shit is, it's such a bad look. That's just how I look at it, man. Like, I don't know. That's just how I look at it. It's just like, tell the truth, nigga. Because there's going to be a time where you have to fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? There's going to be a time where you have to answer for this shit. There's going to be a time where you have to be seen in public about this shit, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like to be the nigga like, that nigga is lying. That nigga, if you speculating, for sure. I don't give a fuck about speculations if I'm doing this shit. You feel me? But if niggas is really on point, like, this nigga's a fraud, I ain't with that. I never put myself in a position to be called a fraud, ever. It's just so crucial, like, there's things we have to look deeper on in life, and we don't. We ain't worried about the deeper. Let the surface be, man. Let our creativity drown because we think of so much of all the shit that's outside of us. It's crazy. I'm being sarcastic, of course, but I have to find joy in this, man. Like, I have to find joy in it every single day. And it's not a joy to see people around me struggle. It's not a joy to me. I'ma just be real. Because that's energy that they carry and exude towards me. And this is where you show who you've been. And in those moments, I don't want to respond back to that person in that way anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a perfect nigga. I've been a person that has responded to people's lower vibes. I have responded to arguments in ways that I shouldn't have. I've raised my voice in times that I shouldn't have. But I've always had the thought right after I've done it, like, calm down. There's no reason to be riled up, especially if you are being real. It's always a person that's not going to accept it. It's always a person that's going to be like, I don't like that. It's always a person that's going to fight with your boundaries. And you have to make decisions in order to keep on moving in life. It's either you or this person at this point. If the person in front of you was in this situation, they'll pick themselves. If they were smart, if you smart, you pick yourself. Because if you whole within yourself, why are you picking unwhole energy? Why are you picking pieces of other energies? Why are you mirroring something that's not even you anymore? Like, as a whole, as a people, I can only do so much, man. I could be me. Like I said, I could return different energy when people are going through the cycles that they continue to go through in life. Because they're mad at one single thing. They never took their mind off of it. They just go through life and continuously go. Because they are trapped by the thoughts that they don't think they can change. And it's crazy because it's very real. It's very real for you to get trapped in your mind, get trapped in a thought, and let your life go on day by day. It's crucial. I remember when I was like 11, maybe younger, and I seen a fucking news thingy about a person that was stuck to their skin was stuck to their couch. It's kind of crazy. Really wild. The skin was stuck to the couch because they didn't move from the couch for a long time. I'm just like, that blew my mind as a kid. I can't even lie to you, man. That blew my mind as a kid. Because I'm like, this is the funny part. Like, as a kid, anything that I saw that like just really was like, damn, like, I was like, I'd never do that. I'd never be that. Never. I've always had a sense of wanting to strive toward higher. Always. Sometimes I got in trouble because sometimes you get caught up in the world. You get caught up in what your friends are going to go do. What's cool and what everybody is saying that you should do. Everybody is talking about you because of this. And you just gonna cower in fear and just, alright, let me be friends. And as soon as you do that, they don't want to be a goddamn friend either. And what you could be, it don't matter. You could be doing the whole shit, have full feeling and belief. Somebody say they don't like it, and if you succumb to that thought and try to be their friend and try to ask them for their input, they still don't like you. So it's really like, you gotta think of situations and scenarios in your life. Like, you gotta really speak to the younger you. You gotta really look at yourself. If you already got kids, look at yourself as if you raising yourself. It's an inner child inside of you that is unhealed. I had to rewire my wounds. I'll never speak on my situations to the world. You don't have to buy my book for that. Like, I will never speak on my personal situations outwardly. There's no reason to. You're gonna have to buy self first and figure out what it means. But discipline, consistency, and action. Discipline I grew up in. Like, my mom was the type, you need to do this, have the chores and all this shit done before I get back, or you're gonna be in trouble. And I ain't like trouble. I ain't like that. You feel me? I found myself in it a few times because, like I said, you get caught up in other shit. But I always knew discipline. It was always ingrained. Consistency was something that I was never good at. Discipline was something I was brought up, like, that was my upbringing. Like, you ain't got no choice but to be disciplined. Consistency was a choice. Man, I tell you, consistency was a choice. It was only a select few people in my life that were rooting me on and cheering me on for the things that I was doing. Basketball is the main thing I was doing. But I will always, I could understand that I had the sense of people pleasing because I would get into different types of things and try to show people about it. Look what I did. Look at this. And the responses, I'm telling you, they did both this and this. And I'm telling you, it's just a growth thing. You if you want, if you choose, you start realizing why. Like, you know, if you get in an argument, why did that make me mad? Why did I raise my voice there? Now, why didn't I say this? I could have had a cold ass comeback. Like, that's what we think instead. I could laugh, bro, because I done been through this. Like, I done been through all of this. And it's so funny to me because I was serious about it back then. You feel what I'm saying? Now this shit don't mean a goddamn thing. Look where I am. That's where I'm at with it. Like, it's only growth, like I said. And because I continue to say it's only growth, guess what happens for me? It's only growth. Once a day. Forget about it. Do your day how it's supposed to be done. Growth will come. You start learning new shit, and you start being conscious. You start tuning in on certain shit. Thank you, God. You start tuning in on certain things, like digital marketing is the way of the world. AI is the way of the world. Like some shit you could read on the newspaper. $1 billion jackpot. You could see it out. It's gonna be selected. I'm telling you, once you start speaking stuff, it's gonna be select stuff that start popping up to see if you really want it, to see if you're gonna go. And it's just intuition that you work with in order to see if these things are fit. It's intuition and experience. If your intuition, cause man, you have your intuition. And if you do not listen to your intuition, you go and experience. Your intuition could get so strong that you like, alright, I know. You can see it. You can see through the thing. That's what I'm telling you. Intuition helps you see through things. It's crazy to me. I'm like all over the place with these thoughts, but I know what I'm talking about. Like, I know where I'm headed towards because I've been through it. There are times where I have not listened to my intuition and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just go do this. Some shit happened. And it was a warning. Luckily, it was a warning every single time that I went against my intuition on some shit I knew I shouldn't have been having my hand in. It was a warning. It wasn't fatal. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what makes it even better because it was this close to being fatal. Even though it was a warning, it was a nigga, you on it by your heels. You skating on thin ice. I used to hate that shit when people said that to me. Like, hey, skating on thin ice. That's because I used to envision it. I'm like, how the fuck can you skating on thin ice? Like, you could fall off. Like, alright, straighten up. Get it together. It's crucial. It's crucial, man. I love the people. That's why I'm speaking. I can only speak. I ain't into forcing. I ain't into doing that shit. I've experienced it. In both ways. You feel me? On my end and on someone else's end. I've experienced someone trying to force me to do something. I've experienced forcing someone to do something. Neither feels good. You feel me? So I see fit in not doing shit like that. Cause allowing looks so much better, even though sometimes you like, damn, why is this person not getting this? Like, I want them to get it so bad because I love them. But why are they not getting it? It's not time. There's a time for everything. That's why God works in perfect timing. It's just so perfect you can't even put your finger on the shit. You just like, epiphany. Shit just be fucking happening, bro. But in real life, I'm so grateful, man. I'm so grateful. Because I could have stayed in the way of not being, just being, is it frivolous? I don't know. But consistency. I had to get on one track mind with one thing. When I did Self First, that was that first time. Nobody was telling me, get on your shit, do this shit. So I had to do it myself. I had to give myself the validation. And look, man, I'm at a different point in my life because I made a crucial decision. Do I want to put this out? Because nobody's validating me. And then it became, do I need that? Do I need this validation? Okay, no. Now, just finish and put it out. It's crazy, man. Manifestation is beautiful. It's beautiful. Discipline, consistency, and action. Those are 3 things that are just so crucial. They're the crucialest points in life. That's how you grow. You get consistent with something. I used to talk about it. Hypnotic Rhythm. Go and fucking listen to Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. I don't care. I don't care. If you want to or if you're not. If you don't. I'm just putting it out there. But there's something called hypnotic rhythm. And it has a positive and a negative effect. The negative effect is your unconsciousness. You're unconscious to the shit that you do, but it's cycles embedded. The positive is that you are, let's say you start meditating every day, and then after a certain amount of time, you just start getting downloads because you in a hypnotic rhythm. Every single time at this time and day and point, you do this. And when you do it continuously, you get in a flow. And when you get in that flow, there's no stopping you. That's what it is. A hypnotic rhythm is you doing something to the best of your ability so well that you don't even have to think about it. You don't have to, it's not thinking, not speaking, doing. When you get to, I feel like when you get to that point, you in a whole different body. You in a whole different type of, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you glowing, and it's like, I don't know. I just tuned into Baki. That's my shit. But Baki, it's on Netflix, and there's this new season, and there's like this freaking thing that was in the prehistoric ages. They call it the Jurassic Age. He was in the Jurassic Age, like fighting dinosaurs and shit. And like there's this part where he's like glowing and shit, and he's like fucking flowing in the wind and shit. Like not him. It's Baki. It's a few of the characters that do that. They just enter God body. Like they just enter that state of nothing can touch me. Like I'm just all like perfect example. There was this one character that that was the son of somebody that's like all powerful, not all powerful, but like he's like the coldest karate master dojo in the shit, and like he the son, so everybody looking at him like, can he live up to his dad's ways and shit? And so he like get like, you know, in the mode, he start training, like doing everything he can, making sure all his moves is tight and right and shit. So like he inside of a room, and then like a old dude, like 100 and some years old, like master of karate, like 4,000 years. He like slice an egg at the bottom like perfectly, and then the yolk just fall out. And so he mastered that move within that same night. So once he mastered a move, he turned into a superhuman, bro. Like, he started imagining shit, like his real bones like turn into like some monstrous, you feel me? At the end of the day, he went into the fight, gave his all, like was fighting and all that shit, fucked up his hand and arm, like everything, fucked up everything, achieving light speed and making his body be whatever he wanted it to be. Basically what I'm saying is, he achieved hypnotic rhythm by having all his moves down packed and doing it seamlessly in a real time experience. Like, in that moment, he just became, like, every move hit. Every move was hitting. He was fucking himself up, for real. But every move was hitting. And once you get to the end, Baki face him. And when Baki face him, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, that's some other shit. I'm just making it known. Feel me? If you got Netflix, just making it known. But that's what I mean. Like, when you reach that state in real-time situations, there's no thing, no body that can stop you. And that's what's beautiful about it. That's what I'm gonna say. I love y'all, for real, man. It's time.